Hi, I cannot believe that none of my undergraduate and graduate courses made this a book that is an essential reading for anybody who wants to ever become a psychologist. The name of the book is An Unquiet Mind, and the author is Dr. K. Jamison. So, the first thing that I want to say is that if you're a student of psychology, please buy this book and read it immediately. It has been more useful to me in understanding mood disorders than so many of my supervisors and my textbooks. The book took me about 5 hours to read, but I've reread the book entirely almost thrice in my 20-year career, and in parts, many more times than that. The intended audience for the book, in my opinion, is caregivers of people living with mood disorder and, of course, students of psychology. I give the book 6 out of 5 stars because although it was published in 1995, it is still so relevant today. Now, the author, Dr. K. Redfield Jamison, I must tell you, is a phenom. She was an assistant professor at UCLA in the Department of Psychiatry during the time when she was struggling with her diagnosis. Of course, it came as no surprise to me that she co founded and was a director of the UCLA Affective Disorders Clinic for over 10 years. And amongst other things, she's done a lot of research in something that she herself has been living with. As a psychologist myself, to read the book in the words of another psychologist who have this lived experience of a mood disorder is just out of the world. It's a memoir, and so there's a trigger warning that goes with it. I felt like I had to put the book down at times because it was so intense in terms of walking a mile in her shoes, and suffering like that. Thankfully, I mean, the book helped me to profoundly respect and appreciate every client who walked through my door. I mean, we are all human and all of us make mistakes, including us psychologists. So, the one thing that I know that I did right because I read this book pretty early in my career was to always consider my client as knowing more about their felt condition and therefore validating their experience unconditionally. So the book unknowingly, I think, got me to manifest Carl Rogers' unconditional positive regard, empathy, and congruence for most of my clients. Now, so I credit this book for that insight. If you're looking for a book where you get practical insights into how do I live with this condition, this is not that book. Another important consideration, I think, is that the author, she comes from a lot of privilege. She has access to the best treatments, the best experts, the latest research, and so on. This is often not the case for most people who live with this with mood disorders, including some of my own family members who live with bipolar all their lives and for whom we were caregivers. So, as a therapist, I don't usually recommend this book to my clients because it's not a how to book. It's just a memoir, an account of what someone in her position went through. And so you have to read it as such. The thing that struck me the most was also her history of denial and all the denial that she went through despite knowing so much about mood disorders. And I'm quite sure now that I would probably do the same. And so I also started looking at denial in clients of mine with empathy and not with frustration. And again, so all you psychology students, don't miss out on this one. There's a link to the book below if you want to buy it. And if you use that link, of course, at no extra cost to you, Amazon gives me more credit to buy books to review. If you wish to join our 4 a.m. book club, please click on the Facebook link below. Until next time, happy trails to you.